What's up, guys? So we were doing this in class and I didn't quite finish it because I was trying to make it way harder than it really is. We were trying to make our guy be able to shoot multiple bullets, but the problem is if you hit spacebar, if you have it down for more than a millisecond, it was counting that as a bunch of inputs, and it would shoot like 9 bullets at a time, even if you tap as quick as you can. So we were trying to add a timer, and I was trying to do like a real-time thing, like it would use the system clock and then mark your time, and then the next time you push the button it would test whether it's been so far, and that can work, but it can't work in a super simple way. We can do it in a super simple way, which is this. We're gonna just make a timer, just a regular variable that goes up 1 per frame. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the clock, we tie it to the frame rate. This is probably what a lot of real developers do, and that's why it's hard whenever people say, oh, Bloodborne should be remade at 60 FPS. It's hard because they build in their stuff to be tied to the frame rate instead of real time. For example, the player has a thing called, I made this thing called cooldown, which says, hey, timer goes down by 1 every frame, okay? And then if your timer is 0, you can shoot, and then it restarts at 20. So 20 counts, you can shoot again. 20 counts, you can shoot again. When I run it, you'll see that I can just hold spacebar and it'll go at a nice steady pace every 20 frames. Also, you'll see that I made the enemies be able to shoot back. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, look, the enemies can shoot back. I can hold, shoot, got them. I can still do single taps. And then when I get hit, it says you died. Beautiful. Okay, so how did we do that? The enemy shooting back, I just copied the shoot from the player, put it in their thing, which by the way is bad news. It means that this is inefficient, right? You don't want to be copy pasting. What we really want to do is make one ship class and then have the player and the enemy be subclasses of that. I'll show you that next time because they're all the same, right? We don't really need 2 classes. They're all the same. We just say, hey, one of them shoots this way and the other one shoots this way. Now, I made, let's see, the enemy is down here, and I made them have a shoot function that's the same, except instead of testing, do you hit spacebar, it's random. So they're shooting 1/6 of the time. It's like a die roll, you know. It doesn't have to be that. I just was using something that was easy to think of. We can make it whatever we want, but they're shooting 1/6 of the time, and it reasonably works. They're lined up in a way that makes it look dumb because like the guy in the back is shooting through the guys ahead of him, but other than that, I can shoot and hit them, they can shoot and hit me, and it works. I put the player hitbox to be exactly the same as the enemy hitbox. The player die function is pretty much the same, except it has the little text. Why not? I thought it'd be fun. Where is it? Right here. Not too bad, right? Not too hard. Then next time we'll get it more refined. I might make the enemies in a formation of diagonal so that it doesn't look weird when they're shooting through each other. Or I might have them, I might have like the bullets look a little different so that they're different colors and you can see it like going behind the enemies or whatever. Then we can add all kinds of stuff. Okay, we can make them shoot different kinds of bullets. We can make our guy change color when he gets hit, and then, you know, you're red when you're down to the last life, and then you die when you get hit after that. However, I didn't do anything crazy. In class, we were trying to get this clock thing working. Who cares? We'll figure it out later. But what I actually did was way simpler. Okay, the player has a thing called cooldown. It adds a timer 1 frame. Okay, I had it down because it made sense to me, but you can have it go up, fine. And then it resets at 20 whenever you do shoot, and then when it gets back down to 0, you can shoot again, etc., etc. Okay, I had to add 1 line right here to initialize it, but you know how to do that. Okay, so the player has a hitbox, same as the enemy. Enemy has a shoot, same as the player. We just reuse stuff, change 1 or 2 bits. that definitely means we should combine these into one. We should have one class called ship, and then a subclass called player, a subclass called enemy, that just have one or two things different. But we definitely don't want to have this code duplicated, wasting a whole lot of space when they really are mega similar. Okay, later when we do the visuals, we'll add another difference between the two, which is that the player visual will be different looking, it'll be pointed up, the enemy visual will be different looking, it'll be pointed down, all that nonsense. But they're not different enough to actually be different. Like right now, the bullets, the enemy and the player bullets are not separate classes. There's a bullet class, and we create them. So it should be the same with the ship, right? Anyway, I want to show you that because I was so annoyed that I couldn't figure it out at the end of fifth period, but it turned out all you have to do is make it simpler, make it less complicated, make it use fewer things, make it use things you've done before, make it all nice and clean. Great.